Got a vision, got it to table. You know the rules, you definitely know how to we play your back live and direct with another one. See what we dealing with. See the title in hand. This is a part 3 series that we're engaging with the people. The do's and the don'ts when dealing with dating, part 3. The times in hand in engaging with meeting a significant other. The prospect of things has changed dramatically. You gotta understand what you're dealing with in a recent era setting of this time stance. You got a lot of women coming up off of survival, And when you dealing with that stage of survival and you're trying to meet someone in an intentionally form of dealing with them in the process of becoming one with someone, you got to understand the mindset of what you're dealing with, the mentality of what you're dealing with when someone's in survival mode. Nowadays, building and learning with someone takes a lot of sacrifice. And what has been coming in these later stages of life, men are not willing to sacrifice as much anymore because they don't see the value or they don't see the equity in dealing with someone. 9 times out of 10, when you're dealing with a woman in these stages of life, it's a lot of things that acquire. It's a lot of things that you have to imbalance to be in that scale of a man that's being wanted by other ladies. When it comes to that, when a man comes to that level, when he knows self, when he acknowledges self, when he understands self, and he sees himself as a king, all blessings and all wants and desires will come to your plate. But you have to be a man of that magnitude. You have to be the man being wanted, being desired. And it comes with a lot of healthy thoughts, peace, managing finance, keeping yourself in a up-to-date fashion, meaning keeping yourself up. Because when you keep yourself up, you'll gradually be a man that will have options. And when you have options, and when you just know you're that nigga, it's very intimidating to women, to people, period. When you know you that nigga, when you're confident when you do that nigga, when you walk with strut, and confidence, and you speak with intelligence and belief. These are things that intimidate a lot of people. These are the type of things that some women won't even deal with because the intimidating factor is so. Because no one wants to be intimidated when trying to engage in relations and meeting a common ground between two people. Nobody really wants that, man or woman. But when you build a confidence and you have a certain vernacular about yourself, things fall in place, things fall in line. You start to be able to deal with multiple women, learn women, study women, and then have a gradual point of how to move to protect your well-being. Because just because you have a good heart doesn't mean when you come in the playing field that the opposite sex has good intentions. These intentions that you want appealing to your standards have to be met from a point where a woman have to know you, respect you, and want to fuck with your guidelines of how you view things, how you see things, and what you tolerate. When you get to that level of understanding, you're a bad man. You got your financial right. You got your looks intact. You got your garment sharp. You're very intimidating. So you have to be strong in your platform. And, it's always lonely at the top. Extremely boring at the bottom. When you come across the strength and the nose and the wants and the desires of other women's eye, you become one that knows itself, and that is the epitome of every lady's choice. It's to the point, see, some men don't have the quality of knowing how to, when to turn down a woman, when to invite a woman, when to put a female in her place. There's all type of shades and blind characters that will come in the forefront that can blind you, but you have to stay strong on your square. Because the vagina has changed. The mindset of the vagina has changed. You got to understand, where your heart is at doesn't mean her heart is there. You got women that's out here trying to survive. You got women out here that survive off of just date after date after date. Monday through Friday, they trying to get a meal from a nigga. At Saturday, Sunday, Joe Post Schmo, the broke nigga, he can't even afford a grabber right now. He's the one that's hitting the pussy. So you got women doing all these dating, going out, dating so many different guys, but not meeting what they want. They become frustrated in life. Then time goes by. Age start to become in the factor. Demands start to be requested. But what some of you women don't understand is that every different era has a storm of women that comes in. As you get older, flash, it's a whole new foundation coming in. Now you have to compete. You have to stay in tune. But you got bodies all over the place. See, as a man gets older, some men get greater. As a man get older, a lot of men get wiser. But as women get older, some females deteriorate. Through the drinking, through the drugging, body after body, always going out of town, doing wild things. It starts to catch up to you. See, men must set out, and focus on their prey. You have to be a part, in some point of your life, a savage, so you won't get disrespected at the end. So you'll end up with that person that you really want. Because being a nice guy, fellas, listen to me nicely. Being a nice guy comes with coming in last. Being a nice guy can lead you with a conversation that your woman is having with you while she's on her knees, putting another man's penis inside her mouth. That's where the nice guy can lead you. The nice guy can lead you, but she only see you for dollar signs, and she use you for your time and your money consistently. That's it. Focus on someone that entirely desires you. Now, of course, in this field, you got to have money. You got to have things to, proceed and to attract and to just live. I mean, life is a money giving thing, man. You can tell a man's aura or his man disposition in how he even dress. And a man can be a great dresser and still be broke. But sometimes you can see the man's about something and the man's bullshitting. Ladies, there's certain factors you can test. You know what I'm saying? Certain things you can do if you want to find your daily sucker. You want to find your daily buddy to take advantage of. Because, it's a playing field game. Like, if you believe it or not, to the superior man, there's women out here that trick as well, that give as well, that support niggas as well. It's just so hidden and not spoke about. There's women that pay for dick as well. Them high, successful, pretty women that got careers, that's quick to tell you, my rent and my life expenses is $4,000 to $5,000 a month. If you can't bring peace or equate or add to that, you wasting my time. Don't text me with a "what are you doing?" Bitch, this don't go to the superior man. But I'm saying this to a bitch. When the fuck was I supposed to give you brownie points because you're taking care of yourself? Is that what the fuck a human supposed to do? Take care of yourself? See, when you a superior man, when you king-like status, when you are the prize, you don't give a fuck about a bitch finance or what she brings to the table financially, because you're up and you're confident yourself. So a bitch can have $1 million. Bitch, I wouldn't give a fuck what you got, because at this moment, I'm in your face right now for a reason. Just like the last bitch I got. How you think I got her? Right, you got to think about it. If you can pull one, you can pull 1,000. You might get 1,000,000 no's, but 1,000 is very, something you can be confident and happy with in the day-to-day values. A lot of these women in this modern day fashion are prostitutes. Some can't even admit it. The prostitution game and the selling they sell game has went to a level of something that you can't even it's different because the survival mode, it's very out there. The outcome of trying to get ahead is at a level where people are frustrated and not happy with their modern day being of life and standards. So I'm trying to teach you men not to be caught up, not to be dealing with a female that's already in survival mode. A lot of these women don't have their fathers. That's a strong factor. If you don't know how to respect a man from young, how she's going to do it as she get older. There's a lot of women teaching their daughters to use men as meal tickets. So you got to understand the modern times. The grandmothers nowadays are 40 and 50 years old. Some in their 30s. The mentality is changing. The mentality is changing. There's 20-year-old daughters. There's 40-year-old mothers. There's an 8-year-old child involved. That's the grandbaby. There's women that's taking the forefront and leading things and can't lead of themselves because they have no self-guidance, because a lot of women have to be taught to be real. Never let a woman tell you that you a real man because you're benefiting them at the moment. That's bullshit. Never in your life make a woman or deal with a woman or make a woman even feel, yeah, that's a real man right there, because you're benefiting at the moment. Suck a dick. You're just trying to use that brother. And I'm trying to teach the brothers not to get used. How to be strong plate. The things to do when dating, part 3. Listen, if a female wants you to go on an elaborate date on the first time meeting, if they're so thirsty to meet, you've been talking to her 3 or 4 days, the 7th, 8th day, she's thirsty to meet you. She wants to do something and it requires money to spend with her time just to meet someone that you don't know. Dead her. Listen, dating women nowadays doesn't require any big spending, especially when you don't know. People don't understand. Dating, like going out on dates, are not for strangers. Going out on a date is for someone that you've been dealing with sexually, someone you know, your baby mother, your girlfriend. If you're not in one of those labels, a female shouldn't be looking out to be taken out on a date. You have to earn that. Men, we have to set the playing field. What makes you think that you are it? What makes you think that you are the quality that I have to submit and sacrifice for your well-being? What peace do you bring to the table? Because if you're not bringing peace to the table, get the fuck away from the table. You have to set goals. You have to set foundation. You have to set substance. You have to be aware that the gold digging mind frame, the prostitution mind frame, is at its highest level. You can be a victim. Don't be a victim. Be someone that's up. Get yourself one girl if you can. Deal with one female if you can. It's dangerous. These days, times, multiple women and fucking multiple women. It's played out. It's fun, but it becomes a headache because you're dealing with a lot of mouths. As you get older, you don't really want to deal with a lot of mouths. You don't want to really deal with a lot of hate saying. Some guys are happy with just you get the dick and you go. That's fine. That brings you peace. By all means necessary. I salute that. But you gotta know the times, yo. I'm talking to the young men, I'm talking to the older men. You gotta know the times that we're living in. It's survival time. A lot of these women are out here trying to survive. If you're out here trying to survive, you shouldn't even be trying to strive with another man because your life ain't right. There's women that are successfully, financially up. But guess what? Her mental's not right. Because she's been at a level of guarding the space that she built. But little do she know, you're just being a woman. You're just doing what real women should do. Don't seclude a man or put a man in a box because you feel financially he's not matching you. Well, guess what? You should be with a man that's financially up. But when you get there and when you deal with a brother that financially can take care of himself, others, and you, show respect. See, Chinese women, Chinese men, I ain't never heard a Chinese nigga complain about females he's dealing with. You fuck with a Chinese chick, you come in the crib, she taking your shoes off, she's giving you slippers, your meal is made, your back is washed, your L is rolled up, Your wine is ready. Wanna fuck me now? You wanna fuck me later, daddy? See, for a woman to cater, you got to show dominance. Got to be an attraction. And the appeal got to be real. You know what it is when a female even first just look at you. But you have to be that man with the vernacular. A lot of you men don't have the vernacular. You can't speak on these verses. You can't comprehend or come to the table with anything because your game ain't up. Your confidence ain't up. You don't have value. Value men step to the forefront. Value men step to the stage. Present king-like status. Bitch, if I can help you pay your bills, bitch, if I can bring value in your life, if I can change your life, you have to watch how the fuck you talk to me. Because I don't have to deal with your bullshit. One thing is, when you are a high-level man, the respect level is there. You don't look for it. It's given. Off top. Never deal with a woman that's talking in a disrespectful manner, in a disrespectful form. You cut that shit right the fuck off. You gotta let her know. Bitch, it's a privilege dealing with me. Every female you deal with, she must understand it's a privilege dealing with me. You must have that mind state in this day and age. If you don't, you're wasting your time. Any woman deal with you, it's a privilege that she with you. You must understand that. Put that in your dialogue. Put that in your mind frame and walk with that. You're putting her on. You must feel like that with every female you deal with. If not, she's not the one for you. She don't come in a certain form. If she don't touch you, rub you, talk to you the certain type of way, I'm sorry. She's not the one for you. Must be submissive. She must reply in a certain manner. She must talk in a certain manner. She's not the one for you. You fellas know. Once you have that a few times in your life, you know the difference. You know who you gotta put in line and who you gotta put in check and who you salute. You gotta know the difference between a woman and a woman's status and value. Just because she has a vagina between her legs doesn't make her a wife. Just because she has a good job and she works well and she taking care of herself, it still doesn't make her a wife. The mindset. Hey, a bitch can be broke and fucked up but still bring peace to the table. Then a bitch that have something. It's not about financial. When a nigga's up and when a nigga's taking care of himself, he don't give a fuck what a bitch got. Because he's good regardless. So you having money doesn't mean shit to me. It means that you're smart and you're taking care of yourself. That's good. That got nothing to do with me, bitch. Things you don't do while dating. Never cater to a bitch you don't know. You're gonna kill yourself. Never cater to a bitch you don't know. You're gonna kill yourself. Gutter Vision, Gutter Entertainment, you know the rules. We are definitely on our king shit this episode. Know your worth. Know your value. That bitch can't swim. She's down to drown.